Hey, OLFMs. Happy Thursday. It is September the 3rd. I can't believe we're already in September and we're still in my apartment. Uh, it's crazy. But I hope you've had a great week. And welcome to tonight's edition of the Pandemic Paulcast. Of course, brought to you as always by Poutine for Thursday. Got some delicious poutine here from Alchemy Brewing. Washing that down with a little bit of their stout, their oatmeal stout, which is amazing. And wow, just lots of stuff going on. It has been a crazy busy few weeks. I mean, it seems like it has been busy nonstop since March when we left campus. Slowed down a little bit in July, but it has really picked up. And if you haven't, if you've sent an email to me or to some of us and you haven't had a reply back, we are just buried in email, and we are doing our best to get back to you as quickly as we can. Uh, so please do thank you for your patience. And if there's something that's really urgent that we haven't gotten back to you, that has obviously fallen down the rabbit hole of the inbox of despair, mixing so many metaphors there, but please definitely don't hesitate to email me and just say friendly reminder. You might have missed this, and I will say thank you because it's I haven't had a chance to get back to you yet, and sometimes those things are urgent, and we'll try to get on them right away. But we're doing our best. Lots of stuff going on. As you may have seen, an announcement from campus that we're going to be continuing with remote delivery for the winter semester. UBC and UVic have also made similar announcements, and I expect we'll see some similar things happening across Canada as well. And it's probably not a surprise to anyone, but it is very, as I tweeted earlier this week, it's really surreal, of course, to be having these conversations here, where we at least have some advance warning and can plan compared to a lot of the schools south of the border that are still thinking they can stick it through, and that somehow everything's going to work out there. So I do hope it all works out for those schools. But kudos to TRU for making that call right now, so that people can prepare. And as you'll also heard from the budget talk, definitely the increased enrollments in open learning are definitely helping TRU through this time, and we're continuing to work to see which other ways we can help. And I know a lot of you have shared some really good ideas with us, and we continue to pass those along. The open house that we had a couple of weeks ago, or about 10 days ago or so, with the leadership, there were questions that were posed that were left in the chat box for us to answer, and I will get back to those. I think the university's pulling those answers together, and we'll have those to you very soon as well. Other updates, Moodle update. Moodle update is still going on. We're still trying to squash some of the last remaining bugs connected to that. It's looking like it'll probably happen Tuesday morning. No promises to be sure, but we just wanted to make sure we've got everything right, because of course the last thing we want is for Moodle to go down in any serious way as we try to implement that new version of Moodle, which is I think 3.9. So that is on the way. We have had, I think one of the things, we've had a number of OLFMs reaching out to some of us about academic integrity and finding materials that are posted on sites like Course Hero and Chegg. Those are sites to definitely keep an eye on, and go onto those every once in a while and look up your course and see the kinds of things that you find. There are mechanisms for us to ask for those things to be pulled down, but it's hard for us to go through all 500 or so courses of ours to see what's up there. So not a bad idea to take a look at those things, and especially if there are alternate assessments where some of the answers are posted there, that's a sign that we need to change up some of those alternate assessments best we can and quickly. So please do keep an eye on those things. Another site you might look at for those kinds of situations happening is one called Studoku, studocu.com. There's a number of TRU things up there. That's another site to watch out for that's not as well known as Chegg and Course Hero. So take a look at that. Finally, hey, so, just a little bit more great news for us from Open Learning to share. And of course, last week I mentioned Sally Walters' new OER, that open textbook, that psychology which is an amazing, amazing new book that's going to become a resource not only for our courses but for other courses, I'm sure, across the country. Wanted to also add my congrats to two of our team who were team members who were involved in that, especially, and that's Marie Bartlett, instructional designer, and Justin Frudd, editor. And I know that Justin worked and Marie worked incredibly hard on that with Sally, and Sally wrote back to me last week and just said, just her compliments to all the support she received from the open learning team. So great success story all around, and again, really helping us continue to lead in terms of the development of OERs and the implementation of them and working them into our courses. So that's wonderful news. Finally, last bit of good news to share. I don't know if you saw that this week we were TRU, at least in person, for people who lived in the area, were handing out this little long service pins, and they did it as a drive-through so people could come through and pick them up. But incredible milestone for us, and that is our delivery support officer, Wilma DeJong, who many of you know, I'm sure, has been with Open Learning since the very beginning, got her 40-year pin. And she was listed in this little category from, people receiving their recognition from, in the 25 to 40-year category. And I'm sorry, there's a lot of difference between 25 and 40 years. 25 is a huge milestone and a big accomplishment. 40 years, that makes Wilma one of the longest standing, if not the longest standing TRU staff member. She started with us in junior high. She's still here. Pretty amazing. Congrats, Wilma. We're really proud of you, and you are just such an incredible part of our team. And 40 years is amazing. Cheers to you from the corner of 3rd and St. Paul. And cheers to all those of you who do such incredible work for our students, like Wilma, who are there supporting our students day in and day out, and making open learning really the incredible place to work that it is. So wishing you well. Hope you have a wonderful week. And cheers. Thanks for all that you do. Talk to you soon.